what's up guys, it's your boy Jack here, and today I want to do a bit of an educational video for all of you guys. So, as probably many of you know, I started playing League at the end of Season 2, and I was not very good. I got placed with the new rank system in Season 3, I got placed in like Bronze 4, and then I climbed all the way up to Plat 1 in my first season, and then Diamond 1 the next season. And I want to teach you guys what I think is the secret to improving in League of Legends. How can people play 2,000 games and not get better, while how can somebody else play 200 games and get insanely good? And it all comes down to your mentality, and I've broken it down into 3 simple steps, and I think if you're able to learn those, then you should have a good time climbing. So the first step is learning, and by this I mean you have to absorb and experience, observe. You have to be told. There are many ways to learn. For example, let's say you search up different guides on Draven, and in one of the guides you see, if I click right when the axe lands, or right when the axe hits an enemy, then it will be pointed towards where I'm clicking. So you can use that, because let's say you're playing against Ezreal Bard or Ezreal Morgana, is a more better example. Then you can think to yourself, I should control my axes to be behind the minions so they can't hit me with skill shots. And you've learned from experience that you lose versus Ezreal and Morgana if you get hit by their skill shots, so you combine these two into your play. Now, how do you do this? That's where the second step comes in. And this is consciously reminding yourself of what you've already learned. So if you have, if you're having lust to learn, and you go out, you find all these videos, you play a lot of League, then you will learn certain things. But they will not matter if you do not think about them, if you do not remind yourself about them. Because the brain, you will learn a bit, but it goes so much better. It will be so much more effective if you're actively trying to remind yourself of it. So in this situation, you're playing against Ezreal Morgana with Draven, so you think to yourself, okay, so what did Jack Spectra say? He said that if I control my axes, or if I click right when the axe lands, then I can control my axes. And I've also played against Morgana and Ezreal before, so I should try to keep them behind my minions, and when they use their skill shot in this, that's when I can go in, and that's also from experience. And that's also something that can be learned, but by observing it or getting taught from a video, but most of League is from experience. You can't learn the game without playing it, so that's a big thing. And then it's the third step, and this is the step that I think a lot of people get stuck on. And you'd think that since it's the third step, it would be good to be stuck on this, but you need to use all 3 steps actively. So the third step is to subconsciously do what you've learned. By having what you've learned comes naturally to you. You don't have to think about it. If I'm playing Draven, I don't think about where to put my axes. That just happens accordingly, because I've played Draven so much, I've played so much League of Legends. If I'm playing against most matchups, I don't have to remind myself how to play the matchup, because I've played so many games against all these champions that I know how to play the matchup. But this is a big but. This is why people get stuck in low diamond and platinum. This is why people get stuck in general. Because they're stuck in the third step. They never go back. They never start reminding themselves again. Because that's very important. If you're always in step number 3, where you're just subconsciously and you're not really thinking, it just goes what's natural, you end up in this autopilot mode, where you won't be improving, and you won't be learning anything, because all you will be doing is just playing it how you've always played it. And you can do this for thousands and thousands of games. So that's why I think that everybody should focus on step number 2, because that's the biggest thing. I'm always looking, if you watch my stream, I'm always looking at what I can do better, what I can change. Am I making the right play here? Let's say I go top lane, my team's mid lane. Then I'll be saying on stream, is this greedy of me? Am I making the right play here? Can my team get engaged on? You need to constantly question your play, because that's how you find improvement, and that's how you get better. If you're not questioning what you're doing, then you won't improve. You need to always be thinking, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this? Is this the right play? Where are the enemy team? What can they do? How can I outplay them if they come? You know, let's say you're split pushing and they have a Zed. Can I 1v1 him? Does he kill me? Can I run away from him if he comes? Or do I need to be more scared of him? Where is he on the map? Etc, etc. There's so many things that you need to think about in League of Legends. But a lot of people, they start to think that they're good, right? So they just think, oh, if I just play my best, then I'll climb, you know? They don't think that they need to improve. They get stuck in this, like, either they think that their team's holding them back, or they just think that they're having some unlucky games and that they don't actually need to consciously think about their games. But that is very important. And I think for the neuro players and the players that are below platinum, I think the first step is also very important. Just the absorbing and the experiencing and the observing of other players, and also just seeing what other people are doing, being taught, is very important, because most players do not know everything about the game. But I'd say especially once you become up to Diamond, then there's not that much that you can be taught except from actually watching people. But at the same time, when you are watching someone, if you are a Diamond player or below, if you're watching a streamer, then you should too question yourself. If you're looking to learn from watching that streamer, then you should question yourself, would I do the same thing there? Why is he doing what he's doing? And a good streamer will explain it. But you can learn from a stream that has no audio. You can learn from a stream where the streamer doesn't say anything other than, ooh, I made a nice play right there, or he's trying to be funny or whatever. Because you have to do the questioning. You have to do the hard part, which is look at yourself, compare, and see what he's doing that you're not doing. Because ultimately, he's doing something that you're not doing. If he is better than you, and if he has a better rank than he is, that's kind of how it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The 3 steps: learning, consciously reminding yourself of what you've learned, and then once it's more natural, it will be subconscious in the 3rd step. Combining these 3 steps and using especially number 2, I think, is the biggest step to consciously be thinking about improvement, be thinking what you should do better, is extremely important in League of Legends improvement. Not really just League of Legends. This is important in anything. If you want to improve, you have to have this kind of mindset, to be looking at yourself. And one last thing before I end the video that is also very important. If you are looking to improve, you cannot be thinking what you shouldn't do. You must think what you should do instead. If you have a destructive mindset, thinking, oh, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done this, shouldn't have done this, then you might think that you're criticizing yourself, but what you're ultimately doing is you're not teaching yourself what you should be doing, which is what you should do. You need to teach yourself, okay, this is what I should have done in this situation, not what you shouldn't have done in this situation. Because if you start thinking of just what you shouldn't do, then you'll just end up playing passively and playing worse, because you'll think, oh, but I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do this, without actually knowing the correct play. And knowing the correct play is what you're after, an improvement and getting better. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think Ahri is the best right now for Draven, just putting that out there for all the people that are wondering. There probably will be a ton of people, because there were a lot of changes, and Klepto got nerfed, and I think Draven's going to be a lot better now. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Join my Discord, follow my Twitter, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and like if you liked the video. Bye!